these teams. Right now fighting for a spot at the World Championships, but a win also means you get to play for the title of best in your region, best in Europe. Mystic here with a shot at an open net, just completely left open there, and that'll be Flipside on the board.
Yeah, conceding this early goal here. Devo with a big mistouch here puts a lot of pressure on Remco to get rid of that ball. He's just nowhere he can put that except into Ignite.
Ignite now onto the wall, back to midfield, Devo up, Mystic gets there first. The pass across to Yukio, intercepted by Remco, and a second touch to eliminate two players. This one going all the way, it's just high on the goal, and the follow-up's there from Ignite, tie game.
Yeah, this is a great piece of play here from Devo. He actually confused Mystic so much. He's so close to the ball. Yukio and Mystic aren't really sure what's going to happen here. They're like, okay, Devo missed the ball.
Mystic with a nice setup, and Cookster looks to engage. Quick 180 turn, but Ignite's there first. Out to Devo. Picks up midfield boost, looks to dribble. Maybe set up Remco here in the midfield. Nobody really present. Yukio did his best, but a great passing play gives Envy the lead.
Yeah, this is a great effort here from Yukio, but Devo with this pass here just absolutely destroys Mystic, putting that ball high into the air.
Definitely helping out Flipside. These clears just constantly onto the backboard, but Devo there. Cookser has to play this one high. Mystic needs to get this one away. It's still in such a dangerous place for Flipside, and it just pinches off of Yukio on the crossbar.
Yeah, Yukio felt like he needed to go for this, and this is going to be a disaster here for Flipside. A great 50-50 from Ignite. He recognizes the importance of getting over, but Cookser had the clear.
This one out, it'll be Cookser getting out of his own half. Remco with a read and the pass to Devo. Sets this one up, Ignite with a quick turn, but he's not gonna beat Mystic to the ball, and now back into the orange. Cookser looks for a touch, it's not there. Ignite just needs to softly tap it in, and it's a 2-goal lead for Envy.
Yeah, just all the pressure building and building here. We see an attempted clear here and a great dunk there from Remco, punishing Cookser as the last man back there. You wanna see Cookser just push that ball further, looking for those Flipside teammates, but they're just not close enough. They're staying too far back, and as a result, Envy easily finding their teammates.
Oh, but the shot from Cookser, recognition here from the veteran when the net is open. The midfield boomer is gonna make it a 1-goal game.
Yeah, I think that demo there from Ignite actually may have confused Devo a little bit. He might have been expecting Ignite to come in and help him with the ball.
Mystic with a pass back to Yukio. The shot downfield is a bit high, and Devo will be able to pinch into the corner. Ignite set up in net for Envy. Remco looks to get it out at midfield. 1:57 left to go, still scoreless here in game 3. Yukio with a shot, Ignite to try to make the save, but he's just a bit too far forward. Yukio's able to shoot behind him and get the lead.
Yeah, and it's shots like these, plays like these, where we see Flipside so successful when they pressure the ball, when they lurk upfield. We see Yukio.
And back down into Mystic, taking the shot towards the net. Remco's up again and makes another save, getting it away. The defensive Envy holding on, but Flipside finding pressure in enemy territory. Cookser doesn't find the shot, but he brings up the defenders, and Mystic has the entire net to shoot at.
Yeah, this is a great touch here from Flipside. Look at this, beating two defenders. Yukio going up as fast as possible, and Cooks' shot here, faking on out Devo in the net. There's not much there Devo can do. Oh man, players like Cade up and the rest of Gale Force, they just don't let that happen.
Well, looks like we will finally get the game rolling here in game 4. Remco and Ignite needing to try and make the defense happen, nearly get there, but Cookser finally puts one in, and it's a 2-goal lead for Flipside.
And this right here, just coming in right off that pause there. You see Devo coming in, planted, and both Ignite and Remco, the same spot on that back.
Devo, a savior medal here in game 4, holds the record for most saves in a game at 12. Ignite with a shot, and Yukio's not there in time. Envy gonna get on the board.
Yeah, all of this pressure, and Flipside continuously inviting them on in here. You see, look at this pass, and there's nobody here from Flipside to pressure that ball.
But it won't happen as Remco gets the save. The pressure stays on for Flipside. They can just keep this going. They'll take the win here in game 4, tie up the series. Cookser onto the backboard. Can he get it by himself? Gets it under Remco. Look at the play. Despite the challenge, it didn't matter. Cookser makes it a 2-goal game.
The scariest thing to see for any defender is Cookser going for these triple touches off your ceiling, off the backboard as well.
Ignite on the early shot. It'll be Cookser who gets it away. Looking for that kickoff goal. Envy put it on the initial pressure. Look at Devo quickly turning around, keeping this one on. Yukio's not going to make contact, and now Ignite with the challenge. Devo again with a 180 turn, the shot, and he puts it in. Such pressure from Envy.
Yeah, Devo right here just keeps on trucking through. He gets it past one defender, and Cookser with just not enough of a 50-50 there. He needs to make sure that ball bleeds out to the left.
Pinch of Cookser. Going back into the middle, the touch from Mystic just lofts it in front of the goal. Ignite takes a shot, and Cookser gets it away in the midair. getting the save, but the follow-up still not there. Remco turning around quickly, recognizing all the defenders moving to the side, and it's a 2-goal game.
Yeah, you see Mystic here, he goes up to the ball, following Cux' touch, and Yukio goes straight up into the air. He doesn't get a touch. That is so important.
Able to get through the defense. And again, shooting a bit wide, it feels. The accuracy not quite on point for Flipside right now. Shots aren't threatening. Yukio setting up Mystic. Here he goes against Devo, and this one's good. Upper 90, or upper crossbar anyways, in the middle. And Mystic gonna make the goal.
Yeah, just such a simple 1-2 pass right here. Remco trying to block the shot instead of the pass. Didn't recognize the threat.
Solid clear all the way to the blue. Mystic with a miss on the wall. Yukio makes Remco and Ignite both turn around. Conceding ball control, but they'll pick it up in their own corner. Now Remco with the shot, and it goes in. Just no contest in the midfield, and Remco puts it in.
Yeah, there's a good reason for that. There is not enough boost on any of these Flipside boys. Remco doing a great job. He keeps that ball in the air all the way down the field.
Pick up his midfield boost and turn around quickly. They're still not in a great position. Flipside on the defense. Cookser goes up high, but he's not going to make contact. And Devo hit the touch. No, Mystic finally gets the clear. Ignite back in, and Devo with the shot. He finds Devo up in the cherry pick, and it's Envy with the lead.
Yeah, what vision here from Ignite. He recognizes that clear coming. He spots the opportunity for Devo to cut around the defender. That's great vision there. Put on the pressure. We see so many times they commit 2 players just to maintain that offensive pressure.
Cookser with a miss, and Remco will be able to clean it up as it hit the crossbar. They were all trusting that frontline defense and then having to scramble here in the back. You see Mystic turning back into the corner, not expecting to have to play any defense in goal. Envy now, the 2-goal lead.
You look at his shooting percentage, it's much lower. The former Golden Striker has taken
He starts off right away. Pashy gonna get a goal, and you mentioned him being the Golden Striker last season, and he gets it off of kickoff.
I don't know if anybody remembers just how he got that Golden Striker. Something akin to this, where out of nowhere scoring a lot of goals.
It's Freaky with the pass down to Patchy. Shot towards the net. No, he passes it up back to Freaky, and now maybe looking to get it to Fairy Peak, who's lurking out in front of the box. Moving in now off the touch from Farah, and he'll find the goal. The clear just wasn't quite there for PSG, and it's a 2-goal lead for Vitality.
Yeah, if you look here, you can see PSG Farah. He gets that touch off the ceiling, and Bluey right below Fairy Peak. He had enough boost to go up to challenge that ball, but he needed to be a little bit more preemptive.
Farah will get a clear. PSG back up on offense, looking to see if they can get that first goal. Clears come through immediately for Vitality. Fairy Peak with a great setup. Pashy with the angle. They are clicking right now. Vitality on fire.
Oh, this is such an impressive pass here from Fairy Peak. Just making sure off the pinch to get that ball off the wall, and also softly straight to Pashy. That just could not have been better placement.
It was just so pretty there. Shawset off the kickoff, trying to get the goal, but zoned out by Fairy Peak. No goal still for PSG here in game number 1. And the pass to Pashy puts the shot on target. What is this offense?
Yeah, right here, they are just running circles here around this PSG defense. We see a first double commit, and Shawset getting absolutely fooled by the pass.
Just made him look silly.
Yeah, we have seen really good pressure here coming from Vitality, and it's just been a struggle here for PSG.
Oh my goodness, Freaky getting the flick over one, the bump on the other, and Fairy Peak to clean it up.
Yeah, right here, just look, that touch there from Freaky, getting over the first defender, but also able to get that bump there on that second defender. Let's let Fairy Peak come in and clean it on up. I mean, it's not even necessarily the goals on target that I think is their biggest issue. It's the way that they're challenging the ball. There's not enough pressure, and as a result, when they challenge for those 50-50s, when they try and block,
finally get one there from Shawset, putting it in, getting it past the defender, but still a 4-goal deficit. They need to get any of these if they want to be able to bring it back. With 33 seconds left, the game's still basically over.
This is a good shot here from Shawset, but I mean, to go back to what I was saying before.
Nearly finds it, the defense holds on, Bluey gets it away and will stay scoreless.
Yeah, what an incredible save there from Bluey. That was a very difficult shot to take.
Oh, Pashy trying to drop it in off the corner. Can he get the angle back into the goal? He does. Pashy doing it himself, nearly gets it there on the first touch, needs the second one. Vitality's got the lead.
Yeah, we saw that first miracle save from Bluey, but just so many excellent shots there. At that point, that's very difficult to deal with.
Just this midfield rotation coming through for Vitality right now. Over the top of Freaky, but Fairy Peak's right there. Misses contact, but Pashy's there. Even able to bail each other out when they're missing touches. Now the transition. Blue, the shot on target. Where was the defense? Was Freaky getting bumped?
Yeah, he was absolutely getting bumped on that back board here. You can see the pressure. Look at Farah. He's just zoning him. He gets that last bump there. Great eye here from Farah to recognize the bump opportunity.
Pass in the middle. Farah across. And Freaky's got the save. Bluey back in. The pressure starting to build a little bit more here for PSG. But a brilliant clear from Ferry. Just able to get it up near the ceiling. Keep it there. Keep it lofted. And then Pashy in off the backboard. Beautiful placement.
Yeah, Pashy just doing this in the face. I think of Farah as well. You see they both go up for it. But that's just not going to be good enough. Farah missing that ball and leaving Bluey stranded.
Freaky right now, the only Vitality player, as Pashy got demolished as well. He did an excellent job buying time, getting the ball out to midfield, and now all the players behind. Pashy's got an open net to shoot at. Can he find the placement? No, Chaussette gets the save. Oh, but the own goal from PSG. What are you doing?
Oh, it's just so much struggle here for PSG. We see a great touch from Pashy, but right here, Chaussette, he goes for the save, and it just bounces on in.
They still struggle to score here in this series. Chaussette with an opportunity, but Fairy Peak just gets in the way. Goes for the block, allows Chaussette to play it into him, and then the transition goal, upper 90 again. Vitality on fire.
Yeah, great transition goal. You said it. This first touch here really is what sets up Fairy Peak so well. Farah here, he actually tries to cover two sides of the net there.
Bluey has to play it off his own backboard to save your medal here in game 3, but the savior medals don't win you anything. They're not worth any points. Chaussette down towards it, and it's just an empty net here. Freaky can just take the free shot. 3 goals for Vitality.
Yeah, this is the cleanest interference play. And if you're PSG, you got to be wondering, what are you doing there for that challenge? That's not close enough to your teammate, at least as far as the pass goes.
Up on the side. As Fairy Peak gets it through one. Pashy lurking in front, and Freaky also pressuring, trying to keep this goal pressure on. He gets it through. Farah's down all the way. It went in the distance, and PSG survives.
Yeah, their hopes all resting on this one very important goal. Farah coming in so clutch right here. The older, more mature player here. I think we're going to see PSG, as they look more comfortable, try and give Pashy a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah. Quite the incredible stat to have. As a shot comes through, Farah puts it in as they find the defense out. And that's PSG with the lead.
And here you see the success in controlling the ball and looking for that team play. That first touch there on that bounce there for Bluey to get the ball to his teammate. Just get them to play their card.
Oh, Bluey nearly with the double tap. With the crazy angle. Doesn't happen just yet with 24 seconds left. Definitely possible to tie this game up at any point. But Freaky's got to get this one away, and it's not going to happen. The defensive mistakes capitalized on by Farah with 18 seconds left. PSG looking to take 2 games in a row.
Yeah, you see Freaky, he goes up for the ball, and actually a great save there, but as he lands on the ramp, there's nothing he can do.
Looking for revenge on last season's reverse sweep. It's Freaky back out to Pashy. See Vitality getting the back. Fairy Peak takes the shot, and it goes in. This time the accuracy's there. No challenge in the midfield, and Vitality strikes.
Yeah, this crossbar and down. It looks like Pashy's going to get that double touch here, but Chaussette with very little boost. Farah is the only one, so he goes up right away.
4:31 left to go. Numbers, they can go both ways. Freaky, is this going in? It is, off of kickoff. A 2-goal lead now for Vitality, and their drought of scoring that has happened in the last 2 games cleanly ended here in a deluge.
And this is where we see PSG really become tested.
Both those games, 1 goal was enough to win. Now they're gonna have to score at least 3. Chaussette up, goes back out. Blue with the shot, Freaky in the net, makes the save, but it's not enough. He makes contact, and the ball still rolls into the goal.
Yeah, this is a huge defensive error. Pashy and Freaky. Freaky behind Pashy goes up for this ball. There's no pressure, and it's not necessary for it to happen.
Fairy Peak moves up in the middle. The challenge goes neutral, and Pashy now up to engage. Freaky moving up as well. Lurking in the mid. Pashy tries to pass out to Fairy Peak, finds it, just gets it around Farah on the wall, and it's a 2-goal game again.
Yeah, we saw this earlier in the series, this Pashy Fairy Peak connection. They are so good at this. Pashy just putting that ball right on top of Fairy Peak.
Going his way every time. It's Freaky putting this one back in the middle. Fairy Peak's there to try and take a shot, but it's not going to happen. Now Freaky up, can't get it over Farah. Pashy's here, onto the backboard. Does it roll down? Can he get the shot? He does to finish it off. 23 seconds left. That one will be the nail in the coffin for PSG, and Vitality looking to run away.
Yeah, Vitality have absolutely deserved it this series. A lot of solid play.
It was the infield pass earlier on from Team Envy, but apart from that, no team really able to create much until K-Dot will come in to score the goal.
Great pass here from Turbo Pulsa. 2 players in defense, no point in putting that on target. It's just gonna make an easy save for them. So what does he do? He plays it in a difficult spot, forces them both to jump.
3 minutes left now. Team Envy taking the lead, but it won't last long, as K-Dub is actually going to make it 2. Sorry, I got that one confused.
Great way off the kickoff as well. Violent Panda just trying to kill that as much as possible because he's a little bit higher on that kickoff with the top left of his car and pops up.
It'll be very difficult to try and take a shot from that particular angle, though, as K-Dub launches once again. At this point, it's all up to Gale Force just to hold rotation and not allow any mistakes. The shot goes in. Violent Panda's going to make it 3.
Too easy for them on this one. Violent Panda just no pressure on him whatsoever in that midfield. Just turns around and pops it high, but the ability to move up as well. Remco needs to make those touches. Anything on that's going to stop that from going in.
Remco back to the corner. Turbo pretty loose as Ignite just ends up whiffing. That opens up time for Gale Force. They've been stuck in defense for a very long time now. Lovely touch on, but Turbo's got to try and race back. Lovely read from Remco.
Not part of the plan, but that whiff actually helped out so much. Both players, Turbo and K-Dub, on defense, expecting that ball to come in, but because it doesn't, that extra little move up, such an easy shot opportunity missed.
There's going to be Ignite's opportunity. Turbo Pulsar just able to clear. That's a huge miss from Remco. Open net. Second time of asking. Gale Force can get the goal.
Unfortunate for Envy, just a big whiff coming in. Turbo Pulsar doing everything he can down on the side of that pitch, denying boost from the players behind him.
As Turbo Pulsar has to get a good contact. Remco actually reading it incredibly well. Didn't even challenge him. Instead, faking it out. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. And that is going to be a shot. Violent Panda will turn it to 2-0 for Gale Force.
This Gale Force squad with these high lofted clears, forcing everybody on Envy to go up high and make a save. But these touches are always in retreat. I honestly think it's a cause and effect because of what Turbo Pulse and this Gale Force team are doing up on offense. They just simply aren't giving him enough boost to use as much as he'd like.
Devo going to be forced to watch as the ball goes head straight into his net. K-Dub out of nowhere with the shots.
Just, you see K-Dub starting to approach this.
You hit the ball there because you think the corner is safe.
Right, he's in the midfield just sitting there poised, ready to attack. That way if the constant pressure still is there, he doesn't need to rotate out, so.
Oh my goodness, Ignite with an immediate response. What a setup from Devo.
Absolutely what this NVT needs. As soon as he wins that challenge, he goes midfield, recognizes that pass coming in, puts a beautiful shot on net.
With a European Championship to his name. Launching once again, Envy holding their own, but they need to find that final part. But once again, Gale Force, the team plays are too strong. No one able to get to this ball before Turbo Pulsar. And it is a simple net for K-Dub.
Just again, a whiff on defense, though. I understand these guys are trying to rotate in.
Team Envy's rotation very slightly, but it seems like they're doing well enough as Ignite's got an opportunity for the brace.
Just seemed like only a matter of time. Look how fast this Envy squad is challenging this in front of the net. One after another, you get a stop, and then a matter of time for it to... That's like 4 times in a row that it's landing right in front of the net.
Strategy being employed by Team Envy. They've got so many players forward, relying, and is that in?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Really risky here from Turbo Pulse as well with that cheat up, but it pays off so well. His challenge on that was absolutely perfect for him to jump into it and then rotate
Very quickly in this game. K-Dub looking for the pass. Hit it way too heavy, though, to find his teammate. Now Violent Panda goes all the way out to K-Dub, who launches, and he finds the back of the net.
This pass is absolutely perfect. Turbo Pulse to Violent Panda, right slow roller on the ground, and then beautiful placement. The team play coming out from Gale Force.
Trying to keep this ball out of their side of the field. Team Envy doing an incredible job of being incredibly quick off the wall. Now that bumping play from Devo opens up space for Ignite, and he joins K-Dub as a hat-trick hero.
This entire game so far, Envy has been extremely fast at contesting the ball in that midfield, and it's finally starting to pay off. You're seeing this Gale Force defense.
Had that been turned in, but now with 20 seconds left, Team Envy have been offered a lifeline. But firstly, they've got to get this ball out of their side of the field as Gale Force set themselves up to not even budge. It goes long, it's on target, and we are all tied up at 4 goals apiece.
All it takes is one. Ignite playing that down, ends up getting no one on it. Given all the time in the world, he just plays it perfectly on net.
Now they need that goal. They need to turn this into a 2-1 series.
This is absolutely huge. Someone needs to help out Remco on these goals. No one else on his team is pulling away.
Turbo! Just gonna turn it in, and once again, Team Envy caught from the kickoff.
Gale Force wasting no time. 3 goals like this series, and they all come from this game, off those kickoffs and just straight on net as this series has progressed. But they talked about it on the desk. We talk about it all the time. These best of 7s are a marathon. Plenty of time for them to make changes as a shot from Remco.
He could not have hit this any lighter if he tried. He was not hitting this with his bumper. He was hitting it with a bit of cotton at the very end there as he just guides the ball. Infield pass, Ignite shot, just a little bit too close, but he follows it up. 2-0, and this is the perfect position for Team Envy.
Usually you'd expect Turbo Pulsa to make this save, but the team play just difficult to read. He beats one out. He's in the right position on that first touch.
Team Envy holding players on the backboard who can easily respond.
Just look how well Gale Force is suffocating this team as well. Saw Turbo Pulsa play that in and then immediately goes for a demo, but it doesn't matter. Committing that much on offense as a back pass ends up not going to the wall. A mistake here actually from K-Dop. Saw Violent Panda wanted to play that up and around.
And that should give them this victory. Ignite looking to set up Devo, launches a shot up high. And if it was certain before, it's definitely certain now. Team Envy bouncing back in a big way.
Just see how clean these guys are rotating. As soon as one plays that in, immediately out to get boost.
He's going to try and push forward, see if he can get a double commit, which almost did happen. 2 minutes remaining now. Still scoreless on the board, but how long will that last? Not long at all. Turbo Pulsar with a goal that could gift this series to Gale Force.
Just unfortunate for Remco. He reads that off the wall quite well. He pops it up, trying to get a secondary touch. Far back they're sitting. They're trying to waste as much time as possible. They're playing for this one goal. They don't need another.
And you see the double commits coming out from Team Envy. A big demo, and that will be the end of the series.
By sitting that far back, they get this Envy team to push up, but it doesn't matter. In a 2 versus 2 situation, made a 2v1, a wide open net. A lot of boost to be used in this match, as it is going to determine just about every single thing these players does. You even saw it change the course of Fairy Peak. Normally,
oh no, Fairy Peak with an absolutely critical miss on the ball. And Magnus is not going to score many easier than that.
Trying to get it clear. As soon as that one comes off that back wall towards Fairy, he gets under it, tries to pop it out far.
Freaky. Launches. It's going to be Pashi's in the corner. This is much better now. Shot on target, and it is going to go into the back of the net.
Excellent time for this Vitality squad to get a goal here. You just see how well they're working in tandem. Freaky and Pashi up front. Just passes to each other, one after another, very consecutive. Primarily choosing to rotate back on defense.
Oh, lovely play over the top. It's going to be followed up by Fairy Peak. It's not on target. Pashi with the follow. Game 1 to Renault Vitality.
Despite Pashi missing those other ones, he puts it away here. Just catching this team off guard. The pressure from Vitality is too much for Complexity to hold off.
They've managed to deal with it incredibly well so far. And finally, the grip has been broken. At least momentarily, though. They put everyone too far forward. Complexity. They took too many liberties with the small amount of space that they got.
They handled that defense really well, but as soon as they transition to offense, all it takes is one. Pashi beats that one.
Off the crossbar, off the post, but not in the back of the net. And now it's Fairy Peak with Pashi to aim for. Gonna take it all by himself, however. 1v1, forces the challenge all the way up, and that is gonna be a 2-goal lead.
The benefit to having Fairy Peak on your team is stuff like this. The patience with no boost. He pops it up, follows it the whole way, and then wins a beautiful 50-50 for his teammate. Really spelling trouble for this Complexity offense.
From Freaky, seeing exactly what his teammate was trying to do, but there is an answer back. 3 quick goals in succession. And a team that was dominated by Renault Vitality to start us off has now burst into life.
Just absolutely crucial on that goal as well to keep it back within 1. 2 minutes left, still could swing either way.
Infield pass, Pashi Gets taken out, but that is 2 players committed. Fairy Peak against Metzenaris. What a shot! You don't save that.
Fairy Peak does it, I think, better than anybody else. Reading that bounce perfectly. And then the Batmobile power straight on net.
And immediately put it exactly where we're seeing it right now, which is in positions where Complexity really aren't going to get any offensive opportunity. But there's a big demo. Unfortunately, he's only taken 1 head of the Hydra away, but there is a lot with the follow-up.
2 back-to-back full field transitions. But you see the beneficiary of it all, Complexity, immediately rotating with all 3. It's how they play. Boost.
Oh, that is a terrible touch there from Magnus. Pashy chasing it down, but a lot just there in time. Now a lot clears the ball long. Just going to see if there is any mistake here as he tries to challenge. Open ball, open net, open goal! Metzenaris scores, and we are tied up at 3 goals apiece.
You thought that Vitality was going to run away with this one? No. Mets and the rest of this squad able to bounce back. Got to give credit, though, to Fairy Peak. No boost on that back.
Big win from Magnus. So the ball's played over to the side. That will open up space for Fairy Peak. That's actually a huge mistouch, and Fairy Peak can take advantage.
The skill and ability this player has on these shots, his approach is actually off. He recognizes there's 2 players there to save that near post.
Complexity, they are jumping an awful lot right now, even in positions where they don't need to. Just seems like they're respecting Renault Vitality too much, and that is the result where they are unable to actually respond to the real threats.
Not sure if it was intentional or not, but a lot of these shots hitting that backboard probably seem intentional.
Just like he did to end the last game, and once again, he guesses correctly. Now up top, Fairy Peak. He's got options over to Pashy. A second goal could end this, and that is in the back of the net.
This defense from Vitality cannot be stopped. Both Freaky and Fairy Peak averaging 3 saves a game. For them to be able to hold that off and then transition it downfield, and
especially with the yay goal celebration, putting salt in the wound. And now with 20 seconds remaining, this has to go in, but Freaky will clear long and pick up a goal for himself.
You can just tell Complexity is getting frustrated. They're sending everybody trying to get a goal to happen. Just not enough. Not the yay explosion that time, but still frustrating.
Just a little bit further forward from the goal, meaning that they can respond every single time to that infield pass.
Does seem like they are trying to combat it, though, with these demos.
Oh,
as
Freaky!
A shot from Freaky.
He didn't even have to move. The pass was that accurate. Take a look at this one more time. Just straight down, and there was a little bit of twisting and turning there just to make sure he got the perfect angle.
To see who can pull down that 3rd place seed. ignite down to Devo, and Devo, he makes quick work of this one, already puts one in 7 seconds into the game.
Well, if you're gonna try and take a win early, you might as well take it as soon as possible. ignite getting so fast up to try and get that touch. A lot of that was on him.
Just trying to find a lot. We'll see if Complexity can adapt. Now Devo missed the hit there. A long launch by Metza. Magnus going for the pass down to a lot. He's just gonna stuff it in.
Speaking of pace, just when I thought they were a little bit slow, Metzenaris clearing that all the way. No idea why Magnus was up there, dropping that down to a lot when he realized there's no world he'd get that shot.
So Complexity, after getting shut out in game 1, strike first. Metza, shot in, and that sneaks by both ignite and Devo.
Sitting in net, probably a little bit unaware of how powerful the shot would be. Turning around, we see Devo and ignite both there.
Now past the halfway mark. Envy. They shut out Complexity. Now Complexity trying to shut them out. And oh my goodness! They couldn't stop a lot for long.
He does this over and over again. You can't call it a fluke. I don't know how he finds these angles or how he's mastered these shots.
What even is that shot?
He does it every week. Oh yeah.
You weren't expecting him to be a threat from there, but he still managed to put that in. So he is deadly. But now a response from Remco. He gets Envy on the board.
Trying to catch them when they're on these retreating defensive maneuvers. Devo, a very nice hit out to Remco. That was actually a beautiful hit off the wall. It covered all the ground he needed.
Remco off the backboard. Devo stuck in no man's land. Magnus gets the demo on ignite. Devo trying to turn the ball around. Remco going to help out, and he sneaks it under the crossbar. That's 2 for Remco and 2 for Envy.
Nobody on Complexity had boost. Devo stole that boost from Magnus right there, so he had very poor attempt at that challenge. Metanaris was the next best one at 50 boost.
And a good bounce up. Remco tried to get that demo on Magnus as well. A lot getting blocked by iIgnite. Now a ball set up for him. A shot in. Metza had no help, and iIgnite ties it up.
Just when it looked like there was nothing left for Team Envy, in 1 minute, they score 3 goals to come back. Remco with the challenge. iIgnite pushing that past Metanaris.
And Magnus wins that 50-50. iIgnite is going to take his time. Long clear from him. And that almost went in. iIgnite's going to put this off the backboard. A chance for Envy. Remco just needs to put it in. Off the crossbar and in. Envy with the comeback victory.
I don't even know what happened here. This clear from iIgnite went completely unanswered. I know they were retreating. Maybe they thought it was just in. Maybe hitting the post really threw them off. Getting much more aggressive than we'd seen in previous games this series.
A lot. Starting to play his game. We saw that cherry picker goal. We saw him with the demo, and now with the strike in the top left corner. A lot with that snipe. Wow.
A lot, and Mets working together. It looked like Mets really wanted to go for this, but he must have gotten called off by a lot. And this is just precision striking. All 3 defenders there.
Remco into the zone. Touch from iIgnite off the backboard. Devo up for the shot. Got a little help from Metza there, and now a long clear. This one might go in. It does. A lot with a long-range goal.
Yeah, this was definitely a fortunate circumstance for a lot. He did go for the read on Remco, knowing that Remco wanted to put a shot on, right? They already had 2 threatening shots. Devo coming in, just barely getting saved.
But still Complexity. Their defense holding firm.
iIgnite.
Now and another long, clear goal. Devo couldn't get back in time.
iIgnite and Remco seriously giving this all in. iIgnite pre-jumped this pass from Remco, but sadly his momentum was carrying him too far out. But I do like the effort. Might as well give us some pretty goals. They knew they were down. They're going to trade a game now. Complexity will be up to at least a single victory for them. They'll be down by 1 in the series, so Team Envy still in the lead, but best of 7s, man.
Yeah, they staunched the bleeding. They were 0-6 today, and a lot gonna put an extra 1 in there. A good performance from him, but I think just the defense from Complexity is what held it down for him this game.
They really were able to really slow down the attacks from Team Envy.
And Devo's defense has been very good today.
Ooh, he actually just went for the bump onto a lot, try to get a demolition.
Forget about defense. Devo wants to get involved on the offense, puts the first goal in for Envy.
He started this by trying to bump a lot, and I don't know if that's what pulled a lot so far out originally, and then he had to make a really wide turn to get back in the net. Remco, great job buying time for his team. Devo following that up. Him and iIgnite keeping close to that ball. So the Complexity fellow was a
what is going on?
No.
It looked like too much delay on the side of Complexity, and iIgnite punished him for it. And got a little bump there. Did you see that?
I don't know what that was. So Magnus was the one that was in net, but he was so far they figured a lot could go for it.
iIgnite misses the touch. Remco turning around. He's going to put this off the backboard. Magnus clears it.
Devo's been excelling at the slow game.
And iIgnite from a distance sails it right over the head of that final defender and gets Envy on the board.
I was silently watching to see if this was actually not going to get touched or was on target. Metanaris just couldn't react quick enough.
Now ball dropping down off the arc. Metza with a shot. And a lot's going to follow that up, and he ties it up quickly for Complexity.
Double commit on defense. It'll happen, man. Devo and iIgnite both hopping up for this, leaving no one down in net. A lot noticing that. All he has to do is strike that as fast as he can.
Remco putting it into the corner. iIgnite goes for the shot. Look at that, a banger into the corner.
Finding the angle as well. Again, no one on defense thinking this was going to be a threat. Retreating to net thinking that, hey, I can try and take this. A lot wanted to try and slow it down, thinking it would go off the backboard.
Shot from a lot blocked by Devo. Devo going for the block again. He gets it. Now iIgnite up. Devo playing the interference play, opening up the gates for iIgnite.
Devo finding the player on the back wall. He was trying to hunt him down. Metanaris unable to recover from that.
Now just 2 minutes left for Complexity to pull this one back. Remco going for the double tap. Devo's there to clean up even though he missed it. 4 goals to 1. Envy running away with this.
Metzenaris the furthest one back, so Remco, when he noticed he was grounded, he stayed as high as he could, and then it looks like he actually hunted Metz.
Gonna try to pop it by, but iignite shuts that down. Metza at half denies the clear. Center by a lot. End of the corner. And a shot from iignite. He has just been knocking these balls in, and he does it again. 5 goals for Envy.
4 goals for iignite on 5 shots. The dude has seriously picked up the accuracy, but I don't think Complexity are playing their game. 23 seconds left, 4 goals. Looking completely grim right now for Complexity. I think Team Envy, they'll have this in the bag.
Now the question is, can they get another one? No. We'll see one go in for Metzenaris, but 9 seconds for 3 goals, that is impossible.
After what seemed to be a very slow season for Team Envy, risky at times, almost looking like they could have potentially found themselves in bottom 2.
Another double commit here by Panda and Turbo. K-Dop trying to keep the pressure off into the corner. Pashy turns around immediately off the backboard to Ferry, and Ferry, he's gonna strike first for Vitality.
The double commits right now getting punished. Galeforce twice in a row. Turbo wanting to clear that out, but look at that. Pashy just reading it, sitting and waiting patiently.
Attack still ongoing. K-Dop off the backboard. Pashy with a big win there against Panda. And now Ferry, he's just gonna fake out the defender.
Man.
Freaky has it on a silver platter. 2 goals now for Vitality.
Intentional or not, this is what happens when you're last man back. You have to react, you have no choice. If he doesn't go up for that save, it is just fairy peak wonderland.
Turbo's been quiet most of the season, but he did have a very good first series against Envy. But can he keep that going? Doesn't look like it. Fairy Peak comes in, extending the lead for Vitality to 3.
And they just keep catching Galeforce in these tight positions. Turbo thought he bought time for his team, and the first touch was pretty good, but it just got a little too far away from him. All he had to do was get that hard cut across, and he will always have somebody to support.
And it looked like Turbo tried to cut off the corner pass option. That left the mid pass wide open, and we're gonna see another goal. Pashy putting one in. 4 goals now for Vitality. And Galeforce, they're shut out. This is incredible.
They're just tearing this away right now. And just to speak, James, if you want to speak a little bit with me about Galeforce's tactics, right?
Leaves it for K-Dop. K-Dop challenge, but that's going to get launched backwards. And now a chance, Pashy putting that shot in. Panda got back in time. And a shot from K-Dop. That's going to find the top corner.
Turbo Pulsa hunting down the defender, I think, from the backboard. I want to see if he actually was able to get connection. You see him come across, try and find Freaky, and I think he might have. I think he just barely. You mentioned that before, James, knowing when to take your time when you have the time.
Vitality keeping that going, but now Turbo is going to put a pass in for Violent Panda, who finishes. That's the infield passing Galeforce is known for.
And just take a look at this shot. The undercarriage of his cars would he use to put this on target. Unbelievable from Violent Panda.
But Turbo's on the back wall. He's gonna try to pass it out. Wasn't able to make much of that play, but K-Dop might be going for the double tap. He missed it. Shot in from Panda, and he cleans it up. 3-goal lead for Galeforce.
We just saw this earlier when you expect every player to do certain things. Ferry trying to read K-Dop's touch. Patchy 90 watching.
K-Dop, oh, he missed that boost steal in the corner. See if that comes back to haunt him. Turbo with the dunk. Doesn't look like it'll haunt anybody, and Galeforce strikes first.
Fairy Peak, the only one really with boost here. I think Freaky had just under 20 after this flick over, but Turbo Pulsa with a challenge. A little fortunate for him.
That is such a booster to your team happiness.
Oh, yeah.
When you just don't expect a goal to go in like that, and it does. And now a double tap chance. Panda had a massive double tap in week 5, gets another huge one right here.
You talk about how well he's been playing, the consistency right here. They can be a little bit clinical of a shot for a pro, but they can still be difficult under pressure.
Double commit. Vitality might be feeling the nerves right now. As the desk said in the European Championship, Pashy's never been in the final. And now he's gonna accidentally own goal. What is happening, Carpet?
Vitality are really starting to feel the pressure, and they aren't able to play their game because of the physical play that you mentioned from Gale Force. Pashy thought he wanted to essentially back up to get underneath it, to push it out and have control.
Rough game for Vitality, but they still have about half the game to bring it back. Panda has time after that ferry miss, passes it to K-Dop. K-Dop's gonna launch it underneath the crossbar.
At this point, it feels like they're playing with their food. Pashy 90, the last defender left. Violent Panda sees it. You'll still see so many players go for a flick into the backboard in a situation like that, potentially.
In the middle of the field with a pass set up to him. A rarity, he will miss those. Now a backboard chance. K-Dop's gonna bounce it in. 5-0. What a run for Gale Force.
James, you asked me what's going on, and I kind of want to ask you in return, because it's hard for me to figure out what's happening to Vitality right now. I'm not saying that Gale Force aren't playing well, but K-Dop really starting to find those center passes.
And K-Dop, we've seen him really step up in the passing game, especially last week, getting a playmaker. And that shot off the crossbar and in, he just fires it.
Just a matter of time before Vitality gets deconstructed. One defender at a time, constantly just trying to buy time for the next one. Starting with Freaky, then Pashy, then Fairy Peak.
Bad clear from Pashy. Fairy got to it first.
Yeah, but notice they can't send anybody up right now. Vitality aren't playing confidently enough.
Oh, and Fairy Peak, he ends the drought and ties it up for Vitality.
Right as I was talking about them not being able to cheat up for this, or have anyone to pass to, Fairy Peak turns around, and we talk about how fast he's been playing just today alone.
K-Dop leaving that boost for Turbo. Long clear from him. Freaky off the backboard. Puts it right back. Turbo into the middle. Panda up. Panda with the shot. It's going to go off the backboard to Turbo, and he takes the lead for Gale Force.
This is perfection. Turbo, look at the patience on this. Trying to get the power shot up to Violent Panda, and then reading it off the backboard. Violent, he did the best he could. He got up as quickly as he could.
Got bumped a little bit by Turbo.
Pashy last man.
Oh, and K-Dop. The passing play from Turbo, and K-Dop will not let his teammates down. He strikes first for Gale Force.
Turbo seeing exactly what was unfolding in front of him. Freaky and Fairy Peak pushing up together, leaving Pashy 90 at midfield.
Launched it downfield. Pashy had to sprint for it. Now Turbo into the middle. Panda's waiting for it, but it's cut out by Fairy. Fast break, 2-on-1. Fairy's gonna put a shot in. What a play from him.
Able to turn this around. The passing play ended up backfiring because K-Dop had the confidence that would come in. That is the risk of the midfield passing plays if you don't have somebody back at midfield.
And sped to it to make that read and put a hard shot in. So Fairy keeping Vitality alive, and now Pashy's gonna have a shot, and he's not gonna let his team down either. The top corner shot takes the lead for Vitality.
And with my favorite gold explosion as well. Just sit and listen, ladies and gentlemen.
Now approaching the half game mark. K-Dop has to leave that behind. Turbo turning around, got bumped a little bit by Freaky, still gets the pass in. K-Dop was waiting for it, and he ties it up for Gale Force.
And we saw Vitality struggling for boost right here. Pashy 90 had run completely out. We saw Fairy Peak with 30 and Freaky with 60, but he wasn't in the position that he needed to be to utilize that boost.
Gale Force so close right there, and then that ball's just gonna bounce right back. Freaky taking advantage of the overcommitment.
Vet dedicated just a bit too hard for that, and they could have had it had they been able to sneak in that final shot. We saw Vitality.
And a pass in, net open. Pashy's gonna put that wide. That could have extended the lead there, and no one's home. Turbo Pulsa getting a long-range answer for Gale Force.
From a missed shot on Pashy, the clear off the backboard from Violent Panda, and the smack from Turbo all the way across and far post. Vitality right now. Fairy Peak getting up so quick. Him and Pashy working together, giving it out to Freaky.
And now the counterattack chance. Turbo is going to put a shot in. It's just off the post. K-Dop with the shot. And that might be it. K-Dop gets the go-ahead goal for Gale Force in the final 11 seconds.
Just when they needed most. Turbo off the corner, Freaky trying to read it, but not realizing he was the last man. Getting a little bit too carried away.